Hello guys and welcome back to Stratton Top Farm. In today's episode, as you can see in front of us, 6616 is back up and running. We finally got her to go. We finally solved what was going wrong with the computer. Tractor was going ground, it was just the computer and when the AdBlue started acting up. But it was eventually solved, so she's now back up and running. And she's actually going to go to a neighbouring farm because they have a bit of grain they need to shift with the loader. So because she has a front loader on, it'll just make it that much easier to do that bit of work on their farm. So yeah, that's where she's heading. The Massey, or the JCB load all, she's just pushing a few bales into the shed, bringing a few more of them home. And it's not as busy a week as last week. We have a lot more machines parked up. The Leyland 2100, 5612 Massey. We resprayed our car trailer in a dark green oxide. Just looks nicer than the red, I think. We have the older Massey, she's in the shed with the baler. The county is still in that shed, the livestock shed. We've repainted and we've actually put a new chassis on this trailer. This used to be our dual trailer. This used to be a dolly trailer, and it was a pain in the neck, and eventually the farmer just got around to just saying we'll convert it and just put a proper drawbar on it, and now it will be used for a bit more duties. And she's just on the 4-wheel drive Leyland, just to move her in out of the way. It's a good tractor for doing a bit of trailer work. As you can see, we have our big Joskin grain trailer. She just came back, as this is the afternoon. They're coming back from hauling a nice bit of grain, and we actually, because we didn't get the 6616 Massey Ferguson out, so we just had to do plan B, and we just hooked her onto the Marshall, and the Marshall seemed to really suit well with the trailer. It's not a bad tractor and plenty of power, because it's a 100 horsepower tractor, believe it or not, originally, but now she has 120 horsepower, so it has a good bit of torque in it. She has an aftermarket turbo put on it that was put on the bigger ones, and she gives a bit more horsepower. So yeah, quite the beast. And but then, as you can see now in the workshop, the 135 is finished. Now she's a lovely little tractor. She really has come up well. All those a couple of weeks ago when we got it first, it was just a tractor that was abandoned, and now she is looking very respectable with her original panels put back on. And we'll hopefully get her outside now, and just to do a few lines of the yard, and maybe a cruise up the lane too. And then we have the 6210, she's in here as well. She's going to be starting to do a bit of work on this tractor. We're not finished with the Massey yet. We have a few more small little things you won't really see, such as wiring up the lights and getting all those little things that we want to get done. And we're going to make a Ferguson trailer for us. We have a Ferguson trailer in mind. We're after buying it on the deal. It's hopefully coming this week, and I will have a video on it separately. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get the 135 out a bit later on, but we'll just keep moving on to the other farm. So at the other farm, just a load of trailers parked up. In the far shed we have the Track Marshall, and then the Unimog Life for William trailer. Yeah, this farm is just really just restoring stuff. There's not a lot of action that goes on here, but when there is, I will give you an update on it. The 3050 is still in the shed. There's actually going to be a neighbour coming up here to collect it, to take off to their farm, because their main tractor, which is a bit more modern John Deere, has just has broken down. It's not the tractor's fault. It's just the fact some things that just can go in a tractor, the starter and stuff. So that needs to be worked on. But because of the COVID and the whole lot, they can't really get parts as easy as they can. So we're gonna give them a tractor to use until they can get their machine up and running. It's just a nice thing to do with neighbours. So yeah, we'll be seeing the 3050 leave the yard, and hopefully she'll be back. She'll be hopefully back in 2 episodes time, in 2 weeks should be back and right as rain. Yeah. So yeah. So the 135 is now out of the shed, and now she could be hooking onto the car trailer and do a bit of jobs. So the 135 is just bringing the car trailer down. A bit of wood loaded up. This came from a tree that actually just fell one of the evenings and just needs to be cleared. So we're going to bring the timber off to the other farm. So the 135 is now in the Dutch barn. It's going to be a really good little tractor. It's really good that we've got to really repurpose it, and we're hopefully going to be. It's going to be a great little tractor, especially for like mucking out or even going down to feed the cows. As it's not the biggest tractor on the farm by no means, but it'll always have its little place on the farm, as it can be used. It won't be used for scraping, as it's too good of a tractor to be doing that with. As we can use the other Massey to do that duty, but it will be used for doing an odd bit of rolling and just odd jobs, different small light work, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing with that. And like I said, the 3050, she's going to be going to a neighbour's farm, so we'll see her off. So guys, that's the end of this episode of Stratton Top Farm, and if you like this sort of thing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell. There'll be a Stratton Top Farm video every Sunday. That's when I upload the episodes, and I'll try and keep them as consistent as possible. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.